Hey everyone, Kelly Jean here with Kelly Jean Wellness, and I am a functional nutritionist. And I have with me here today, her name is Sharon, my amazing client that I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you, Sharon, for coming on and being
Yeah.
willing to share your story with everyone. She's a beautiful example of somebody who is extremely busy, very high achiever kind of woman. She's got an amazing career. She's a wife. She's a mother to her. She's got this adorable dog, her baby, and she just goes from morning until night. Okay. And she's done this for many years. The thing about Sharon is that what's wonderful is that she knew that she knew that something had to change, but she just didn't know how to make those changes on her own. And so when she first called me, right, it was just she just shared all of the issues that she was struggling with, and they're so common. These issues are so common with so many people. And I'm going to let her share what those issues were, but we've done a beautiful job so far, just in a short amount of time, of being able to really make some incredible changes. So she's also a great example of when you really commit to wanting to make the changes and you were really committed to doing what it takes to make those changes, the body will really heal itself very quickly. You will feel and reap the rewards of those changes very quickly. And that's what I want her to also share with you. So let's start. Sharon, thanks for coming on again.
Sure.
Really, I can't thank you enough because I think it's really good for people to hear someone like yourself, your story, because there's going to be so many people out there that are going to relate to the things that you have been struggling with. So let's start with that. Like, you came to me with some of the issues of, I'll let you share.
Sure, sure. Well, my main concern was that, things were progressing from previous states. I always had digestive issues, right? Gut issues. It was always bloat and pain. And so, reeling back in time, when I was a little girl, I honestly didn't get the best start in life from the bioflora, perspective because I had a staph infection when I was born, so they gave me a bunch of antibiotics, and then I had severe asthma, and severe dairy allergies, like real allergic allergies.
Yeah.
And so I was pumped full of antibiotics and steroids. So, from an early on stage, I think that probably set the groundwork for not having the best immune system and intestinal setup. But,
Absolutely.
years went by, things progressed. So, when I got into a high stress job, I had a job in biotech where I flew, 90%. I mean, I was on a plane twice a week, literally. I covered half the country, half of Canada, all Hawaii, part of DC. I mean, it was just a very intense job where most people, to be honest, got burned out in about 2 years. I lasted 12.
Whew.
So I worked 7 days a week. I still do. I just don't fly. But what I noticed about in my early 30s was when I was flying after a few years, it really started to catch up where I would have these horrible bloats, horrible cramps. I couldn't really eat. Everything seemed to react with me. I actually went to a GI doctor and said, like, do I have parasites? Do I have some kind of weird infection? Because I
Right.
couldn't figure it out. Went to lots of doctors, lots of herbalists, lots of acupuncturists. Nobody could find a solution. And not to knock traditional Western medicine, but they didn't really know what it was. They didn't know
Well, they
to
weren't able to get to the root
they
cause.
couldn't
Yeah.
get to the root cause. And then, basically half of them told me it was just in my head. And I knew it wasn't in my head because of the pain I was in, as well as I knew anytime I ate before flight or after, it was excruciating and I was terrified.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I would starve myself most of the day, subconsciously or
You got
consciously,
scared of food after a
because
while.
I got
You didn't,
scared of
you,
food.
mhm.
Exactly. And then, I just think that that became a really bad cycle. And then what pushed me to really seek you out was, and thank goodness I did because it's been a life changer. But I had a trip with my sister and I had to skip part of the family vacation because my stomach was so backlogged because I couldn't eat. I couldn't,
Mhm.
process the food. I had horrible bloat. I thought I was going to be in the ER. So I stayed home for 2 days thinking I might check myself into the ER, and then missed out on all that family time where people flew into town, and thought this is getting ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I did a bunch of research. I looked you up. I did some homework. And
Mhm.
I just felt like you really had some experience of what I was going through and what I think even my sister's been through. My sister has celiac disease. She was in the hospital. They almost did emergency surgery on her intestines. My
Mhm.
mom's got diverticulitis. She had 6 inch of intestine takeout, and her intestines taken out. She has horrible GERD and all kinds of issues. And I saw this path. I saw this trajectory, and I just thought, or
You
this
could see your
trajectory, and I
future and you're
thought,
like,
yeah, I could
yeah,
see the projection of where I was going, and I
right.
just thought, this is something I need to address now. Despite the
Yeah.
fact that I work 7 days a week, 90-hour weeks, I found the time to commit to take care of myself.
And that was, when we first had our initial conversation, when I do talk to people, I always have a first initial conversation before we
Yeah,
even start working together, just to
yeah,
find out where someone's at, obviously to find out what the issues are, what type of program I'm going to take them through, what we're going to be focused on, and that kind of thing. So, I knew that my concern with you in the first conversation was really having you understand that, the level of output that was happening with you and has happened and has been happening with you for a long time is has to we have to shift that, we had to pull you back somewhat. It's not that you were going to stop being in a level of output that you're having to do, but there's like within that, though, I was helping you take a look, or I've been helping you take a look at what can go, what are the priorities, what are not the priorities, but also to learn how to build a foundation underneath that schedule of yours. What happens is if our output exceeds, our input, I mean, to the point where our body can't handle that level of output, that's where we start breaking down the chemistry. So it's really, and that is, we're flipped in the sympathetic nervous system. We are stuck there. The
mhm,
whole world is stuck in the sympathetic
right.
nervous system. And so the idea is getting that flip, where we have to flip ourselves into the parasympathetic nervous system. And so I knew that working with you, the challenge was going to be, number one, is she going to be on board with making herself a priority and at least making the food a priority, of being able to, eat every few hours and really put the wood on the fire, so to speak. Because if that doesn't happen, then we would never be able to be successful, not one bit. And so it was great to hear you on the phone be able to say, I am willing to do whatever it takes at this point. I know, and I am scared of where I'm going to end up if I don't make the changes. I just need some help. And what was really cool is that when I was explaining some things to you around even the how fast you talk and how it's like there's nonstop, right? You don't give yourself one break, not even when you're talking. That right in and of itself, it's helping you slow down, breathe,
Mhm,
eat, fuel yourself. Those are the things that we've gotten you to do, right?
right.
Sleeping better,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm,
And obviously it's the types of foods that we have chosen for you that are easily converted to energy. So it's helping your body, it's very metabolic friendly foods, like easily metabolized foods. That's what we're choosing for you. Yeah, go ahead. What are you
Which
going to
I
say?
thought I would get chubby. And instead I'm losing weight
You're
and I
losing
feel
weight.
better. I'm eating more food now than I ever really genuinely than I have. I actually sometimes in the beginning thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna roll out of here. Like I'm gonna be roly poly, but you don't because
No,
you're
it's the types of foods
burning. It's
you're
the
burning.
right food, and I
And in the
wasn't
right
aware
ratios.
in the right ratios, the right combinations, but I didn't have the education to understand that. I didn't have the knowledge to understand how it works and how the biology and the biochemistry comes together. Yes, I have like a science background, but I'm not, a nutritionist,
Just didn't know about
dietitian.
the body.
I didn't know about how it is broken down and how it is used as energy by the way you consume it and what you're
Yes,
consuming.
exactly.
And that made the biggest difference in my cortisol levels, which you
Yes.
explained very well. which have taken them down a ton because to compensate for the cortisol and the stress at night, I'd come home and have 2 glasses of wine, or whatever it was. And now, I don't need to lean into that. Now it's like I come home and I'll have, the teas or the chicken broth or whatever it is that, you say, hey, you can grab this or this or this, and feel like you at least have something soothing at night or something that feels sweet, but it's nourishing. And then those are good compromises for me because I always felt like you had to sacrifice. And in the way that you treat your body, that is fuel. You're eating yummy things, but they're actually helping you
Yes.
heal.
That's
And
right. They're healing the
and
body and the
it's healing,
chemistry
and you
and
can
helping,
feel it,
yeah, taking all that inflammation down.
right?
That's the whole thing is
The
that,
bloat is gone, this, the bloat is gone. I mean, yeah, little
yeah.
things get me every now and then because I'm not, 100%, and I might not ever be okay with certain foods because maybe I just don't have a tolerance for certain things
Well,
because I
what's
might.
nice is what we're doing with Sharon is we've started you out, and I'm telling everybody this is that we've started Sharon out with, getting her now, we're going to support her adrenals, we're supporting her liver, we're getting, the thyroid and the adrenals support in the nervous system, right? That's where we're starting with her. And from that place of starting, we're already getting a lot of the inflammation just slashed in the body. And we're going to start to slowly, build her foundation. We're going to build up those glycogen stores in the body, which is, where the body pulls from for energy sources that gets depleted from being in a chronic state of fight or flight for so many years. People burn down their glycogen stores, their energy stores in the body. So we have to build those up, again, with food, using food, right? And we're building up and using food as medicine, very like we're building up the vitamin A, the copper rich foods, we're building minerals. We're getting her building up the minerals again because when we're in that fight or flight, we're burning through minerals like crazy. Okay. And that is just going to cause all this oxidative stress on a cellular level. I mean, it's a complete catastrophe in the body. So it just breaks everything down. I mean, you just really start to feel, your thyroid takes a hit because you're not converting T4 to T3 anymore in a, in an efficient way. It's just, so, and the adrenals are really suffering. And then, your nervous system is just shot. So, organ function, that's where osteoporosis can come in. You've got gut issues. We're going to do her gut down the line is my point. We're building her foundation up right now. We're getting her adrenals healthy, your liver healthy, right? And prepared, getting all that inflammation down. Then we're going to move into the gut repair,
And we'll
and
do the
that'll come in a
transfer.
few months, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be pretty, you're going to be solid with this for a while. We're coming to the end of our 8 weeks together. You're going to go on with this way of eating and this lifestyle. And then you're going to come back to me and we're going to get going on the gut repair. And that's where
Exactly.
you're going to see some outrageous, amazing transformation.
Right.
It's going to be a game changer. Like you may not even have the sensitivities to dairy.
Right.
But you're definitely not going to have the sensitivities
The
to
reaction that I
food
do.
that you have right now. The
Yeah.
bloat's going to be gone. You are going to experience a new gut. We're going to create a new microbiome in your gut,
Right.
and it is going to be life changing, and it's going
And I
to
can't
add
wait.
years to your life, and that's
Oh, it
what we
will.
want. So,
It will.
and I'm just really excited about that next step with you too.
Yeah.
And I know that you're so solid, Sharon, with everything that we've worked on for these 8 weeks. Like I know you're going to go forward and keep this going because it's gotten to the point now where it is really a part of you. And that's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
love. And plus, because you understand so much about your body now and what's going
Right.
on behind all these foods, you're getting vitamin A rich foods, your vitamin D, getting it bioavailable vitamin D, copper rich foods that's going to help with that whole, keeping the oxidative stress down in the body. That's what that copper is for, it's keeping the liver happy and, being able to help with that energy conversion. And that's what we're doing right now. And you can feel that,
Oh,
right? You
yeah.
can
I already
feel,
feel completely different. And the energy level, like you said, I used to hit a lull at like 3, 4 o'clock.
yeah,
Just literally my head would bob. I don't have that anymore. I have a lot of energy. I mean, I
yeah.
always have had energy, but it didn't last all day. I have a lot of energy and I'm good till 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Granted, I need to go to bed by 10:30. That's my little rhythm. But I mean, if I needed to, I have energy to
Yeah.
actually use. I choose not to use it all right now because I'm trying to also be kind to my body, get a little
Yes.
downtime, get some rest, stop picking up the phone every time I have a minute of, respite. Instead of filling the void, it's kind of do my breathing or
Those are
whatever.
powerful.
They're powerful moments to take for
Yes.
yourself.
That's
And I never
right.
really let myself have them because I thought it was either a waste of time or being lazy, but that's not true. You have to take the time to have peace in your body and in the moment to also allow it to heal.
That's right.
And I think that those are really nice things I've learned from you that, this is a lifestyle. This is not a fad. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. This is the way to take care of yourself.
That's
And if
right.
somebody really wants to heal, you have to pay attention to the signs and you have to actually do the work.
You do, and I'm going to end with this fact, this amazing. I'm amazed at you because, and that's also why I just like was so excited when I knew you were willing to do this, interview because you are that prime example of somebody who is so busy, but you have absolutely made it happen. You have prepared all your foods. You do that prep work. You are committed to making sure that you walk out that door with your little ice chest of, different things that you're going to be eating through the day. And, that's what it takes when you want to heal the body. If you want to heal the body, you've got to be willing to do what you're doing. And you are, 100% committed to your healing, and it's so beautiful to support you and to watch you do that. And so, I've certainly had people where, like they want to make an excuse for, okay, well, I have this going on and that. And then I love to just bring in your stories. Like, I've got a client, she goes from morning till night. She's out the door. Because you're a realtor. And at the same time, you buy and sell homes and you renovate them and you are, you're like a one woman show. You're doing it all.
I bet.
So you're doing, open houses, you're doing inspections, you're doing it all. You're renovating, you're, in the middle of a renovation right now at your house that you're in right now. You just moved, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
and it's the
Full time.
holidays.
Yeah.
And you
Flip
traveled
houses.
to Nashville for 4 days
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving. And you know what? You are absolutely like making it all happen within Christmas,
Hmm.
a move, full-time work from morning till night, a renovation, um, and the holidays and traveling.
Yeah. And
What
the
more could somebody ever be faced with as far as a schedule goes, you know?
yeah.
Um, so you're really amazing. And I just wanted to inspire people out there with your story because, if you can do it, anyone can do it, right?
Well, and you make it possible because you gave me the tools. We
Thank you.
have our system, and I needed that because I'm very organized when I'm given the tools, but
Yes.
I'm not an organized person necessarily. I'm organized because I take ideas from people who do things well. You stand on the shoulders of giants, right? We're not all giants. So
Well
I feel
said.
that, it really helps that you've given me the tools that fit my lifestyle so
Yes,
I can continue the work. Because
that's right.
without those tools, I would be falling off a cliff right now.
Yeah,
And I think that that's really important for people to understand that not every lifestyle is the same, but if you can work with the tools that fit your lifestyle, you can keep it up. Mm.
absolutely. And we have made it, and I was able to help you make it easy for yourself,
Right.
but
Much
delicious, and still good. And that's that,
and functionally possible, which was a
yes.
huge help that you
Yeah.
gave me. There are some little gems and
Yeah.
they work magic every day that I actually have a system.
I love it. You're the best. It's so fun. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sharon. Thanks
Yeah.
for
Thank
coming to me.
you.
Thank you for working with me and
Oh
letting me
gosh, no.
support your health and being that inspiration to other people and such a role model for,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
taking the ball and going
Right.
for it.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I will, and I am because honestly, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is.
that's
So
right.
you got one life to live. And, I've seen where this can take you if you don't take care of your body, and
Yes.
it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It is not. Well, with that being said, I'm going to wish you the most amazing Christmas ever
Thank you. Merry
and New
Christmas.
Year's. And then I'm so excited about our, moving you into that next
Beginning.
level,
Yep.
the gut repair coming up in your near future. So that's going to be
Yes.
super
I'm
awesome.
looking forward to it. Yes.
Yeah. And any of you out there, if you feel inspired at all or you feel like you need some support, you are welcome to reach out to me. And great. All right. Have a beautiful
Thank you,
rest of your
Kelly.
day. Thanks again so much,
You're
Sharon, and I'll
welcome. Thank
be
you.
seeing you soon.
Yes, I will. Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.